Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of a Nation Wave, and this is day 25 of the June Daily Draws. Let's see what message we get today. And I'll be taking the first card from the Good Fortune Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Season of the Witch Litha Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. We have the Ten of Cups. So, interesting. We had the Ace of Cups yesterday. So this was like, we had the beginning. This is like towards the end of the cycle, isn't it? Through the minors, this is like towards the end of things. Unlike when we have the Ten of Pentacles, this is more of a group situation, a community situation, a family situation. But instead of about we leave behind, resources, impact on the world, what we had with the Ten of Pentacles, this is to do with relationships and happiness and fulfillment in that area as regards ourselves and how we share that happiness with others. And what sort of concept or how we picture that for us. For some, it is a family setting where, we've got this idyllic family and we've got we've got the tree house here, the home and everything here, the cups and everything else is in place that we wanted. And interestingly, I think it's the same tree house that was being built in the Ten of Wands. I don't know if we've actually seen the Ten of Wands. I think we have at some point this month, and carrying stuff to finish building, this tree house, and it's this same tree house here that, and it may have actually been in the, I can't remember what the Ten of Pentacles looked like, but it could also have featured in that too. So there could be sort of like a linking sort of aspect to that. It wouldn't necessarily be in the Ten of Swords because of what that represents. But anyway, we're not dealing with those cards. We're dealing with the Ten of Cups. So why are we getting this today when we had the Ace of Cups yesterday? Well, we're past at the beginning stage of creating something new, of taking on something new. We talked about that yesterday. But ultimately, where do we want all this to lead to when we look back in years to come? What's our ultimate goal? What would be this scene for us? Yes, some people want this family setting, as I said, the generational thing and having these relationships and having this family and being fulfilled in that way. But not everybody gets fulfillment or even seeks fulfillment from that. So their happiness is in a different kind of setting. Maybe it's with a group of friends that, or good long-lasting friends, that we get that sort of sense of emotional fulfillment. And it's not just about us. Like to me, I always think of the nine as the personal, individual fulfillment. But this is like fulfillment emotionally and spiritually within ourselves, but beyond that to others too, amongst our relationships with others, not just with ourselves. So it's those connections with others that we talked about a little yesterday. So it could be in a team setting. It could be just in a community setting, you're finding your place in the community and you're contributing to it as an individual, but that's causing a collective experience emotionally in the community that you're contributing to. So to me, there's always this external community binding together kind of fulfillment. It's an emotional fulfillment that is mutually beneficial to all those that are connected to it. And that's what I believe the Ten of Cups represents. And this is like the peak. And so we're thinking about what the peak to our happiness would be. And it's going to be different for, as I say, for some of us, it will be this family setting of future generations being there. And we have that fulfillment through the familial relationships that's there. And we get, we perhaps get a partner, we have children, we have grandchildren, that kind of thing. That's where a lot of people's fulfillment comes in, but not everybody. Some others, as I said, there's different settings, and we each have to ask ourselves what would be that setting for us to have this fullness of emotional fulfillment, spiritual fulfillment, and connection shared not only within ourselves but beyond ourselves, mutually connecting us all. So maybe that's what we need to be thinking about. Where do we want all this to be heading? We can have this potential opportunity, we can have this Ace of Cups moment, but eventually, where do we want that to be when we've progressed through all the different aspects of our life journey in regards to this? Where do we want to reach? What do we want to reach? And at least then we can, if we think about it, I mean, it can adapt and it can change as as the years go by, as we go through experience, and sometimes what we once thought would be our happiness and fulfillment, we suddenly realize, no, that's not it for me anymore. This is now what's going to bring that. And it's okay to adjust it as we go along. But if at least we have a starting point, we have something that we're aiming for. And I think that's what this card is asking us to do. Okay. And of course, maybe some of us have reached that point. And if that's so, that card is saying, appreciate and cherish the point that you reach with this and enjoy it while you can. Nurture it and cherish it. But for a lot of us, we perhaps have yet to reach that, and we're working towards it. Okay, the Oracle card is stargazing. So it could be that, like stargazing, we're looking up at the heavens, we're looking up at the stars, and we're wondering what are the stars, reading the stars, with stars, and looking at the signs in the sky. What do the signs, what do we think about when we're stargazing? What is our dream? Sometimes we dream when we're stargazing and wishing upon a star and all that kind of thing. What is it that we're wishing for? It takes a lot of courage to reach for the stars, to expand the self, but it's possible. And sometimes it just takes a step of faith and courage to realize that, don't limit yourself. Reach for the stars if you can. And you'll be amazed at what's possible, what you can create for yourself that would be fulfilling in this way. But we need first to be able to imagine it, to conceive it, before we can actually make it a reality. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 26. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.